everyone.
What's up guys, Unofficial MCU here. Hope you're all doing well, and in today's video we have an exciting new update of Avengers Doomsday coming from the Russo brothers. They recently have shed some light and some kind of hints and teases at what fans are going to be able to anticipate and expect to see for the upcoming Avengers Doomsday, especially as it looks to begin filming in just a couple of short weeks at the beginning of March. It's exactly what we're going to be discussing in today's video. We of course are going to go ahead, we're going to hop right on into it, kind of break it all down for you guys with everything that we know and everything that we're anticipating right now. Before we do though, however, grab that subscribe button if you haven't already, as we're discussing all types of Marvel related news, leaks, rumors, theories, and breakdowns here on the channel. So if you guys are into any of that, go ahead and grab that subscribe button today. Also, be sure to hit that little notification bell right next to it to be notified for when we have new videos dropping here on the channel almost on the daily. There is a lot of Marvel news to keep up with. It's exactly why we're here, is to keep you guys updated with everything, not just that, but also break it down for you guys. As always, I really appreciate all of the support. Okay, so in this video we are going to be taking a quick read from the Direct article as an overall garnering source. I'll have their article linked in the description down below for you guys to check out there as well. Avengers Doomsday has gotten some exciting story updates from the directors, describing it as a very radical movie, and that's into comparison of the last two Avengers movies, Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame. Now, something I've always had posed in my head, I don't know about you guys, let me know in the comments down below, of course, is the fact of that, well, I'm honestly fine with it. I think it would be quite exciting, and of course it's going to have it's a different spin on it, it's different twists on it, but I kind of view the next two Avengers movies, Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars, to be kind of very similar to with what the last two Avengers movies did, kind of with Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame, the way that Infinity War leads into the events of Avengers Endgame, but the Russo brothers say otherwise. Recently, at the premiere of their new movie, The Electric Slate, Joe Russo shared some insight on what kind of story Avengers Doomsday is looking to tell. Avengers Doomsday and the following Avengers Secret Wars will be Joe and Anthony Russo's first return to the MCU since Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame. The movies will also see the return of RDJ, Robert Downey Jr. to the MCU, though as Dr. Doom this time around rather than Iron Man. And so, while recently speaking with The Hollywood Reporter at the premiere of The Electrical State, Joe Russo, accompanied by his brother Anthony Russo, had teased an exciting and radical story for Avengers Doomsday, saying that it is going to challenge audiences. Of course, inevitably they're asked about the next Avengers movie. As I had mentioned, Avengers Doomsday looks to begin filming in just a short couple of weeks, that first week of March actually, and recently some new set photos have gone around of the construction of the soundstage and the set. It's something that we look to discuss in another video here on the channel. It's all the more reason to grab that subscribe button if you haven't already. Joe Russo had admitted that to answer what they are or are not looking for when it comes to new faces in the movie, he would probably be giving too much away. Still, they both had confirmed that they are always looking for new faces, as there are always new stories to tell. They say that then they're in quote, that would probably be giving too much away, but I think that we're looking always for new faces, because there's always new stories to tell. I mean, that quote right there. I think that's really into the regard and to asking the question, why RDJ? Why RDJ out of all people to come back and play the big bad, Dr. Doom this time around? Well, I think the answer to that is pretty blatantly obvious, of it being a multiversal saga and variants and all that coming into play. That's something that a lot of people had asked the question when it was first announced over the summer, but was also quickly kind of answered at the same time. I mean, come on, it's the multiversal saga, it's a bit of a no-brainer. He did tell Deadline.com in a different interview though, however, that anybody in the Marvel bag could very well show up in this movie. The Russos had also shared with The Hollywood Reporter that beyond the question of who is going to actually be in these two movies, they think that both Avengers Doomsday and the following Avengers Secret Wars will be quite of a surprise to people in the audiences. The Russos had explained that they feel that they have found a way into the story that they described as both exciting and radical. Ultimately, they both believe that it's going to challenge the audiences, saying in quote, I think that these movies are going to surprise people quite a bit. We found a way into the story that's very exciting to us, but we also think it's very radical, and I think it's going to challenge audiences, and leave that quote right there. Specifically, they mention as of to challenging audiences, and I think that's into the regard of, making them question things, like it's not being laid out so blatantly in front of them, of course, especially as it's a multiversal saga, things are already confusing on their own. Now, the Russos had also expanded on this idea of the movie aiming to challenge audiences, quote-unquote, with Deadline.com in another another interview, saying that it is also challenging for the Russo brothers to execute, saying in quote, "I think that we found a way into the story that we think is going to be challenging for audiences. It's challenging for us to execute, but it's really exciting for us," and that quote right there. I mean, of course it's going to be difficult to execute, even more difficult than the last two, especially Endgame and Infinity War. So it's not that they're trying to top it, but it's that idea that they're trying to make it different from those last two Avengers movies at the same time. And honestly, more importantly, is to make it more different than in comparison to the last Avengers movies. Like, you don't want to walk into theater and say that it was kind of just a ripoff of Infinity War, maybe arguably the way that Star Wars fans felt when they saw The Force Awakens in comparison to A New Hope, of by which, if you are a Star Wars fan, we have our Star Wars channel linked in the description down below. However, if the Russos have proven anything, it is that they know how to do MCU events well. After directing Captain America Civil War, Avengers Infinity War, and Avengers Endgame, the Russos have quite established themselves as able to drive a complex narrative with dozens upon dozens upon dozens of characters and intertwining plot points, with teases of potential new phases and eventual new stories and exciting plot points. Avengers Doomsday seems like it will continue in that very well direction. And once filming begins in the coming weeks, as I had also mentioned, it's more than likely that fans will learn more regarding who could also be involved in the project, whether that comes from official confirmations and announcements, different reports, or straight up leaks, what sets and locations to expect to see, or anything in between. We'll continue to keep you guys updated with all of it here on the channel. For now, though, fans should be expecting for a lot more teases, fake hints, and question evasion, like how Chris Pratt had replied when Deadline asked about his potential involvement in Avengers Doomsday, than official confirmations sooner rather than later. Thanks so much for watching today's video. Of course, this has been Unofficial MCU. Let me know all of your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. Different theories as well, I'm all ears. Let's discuss. I love to hear what you guys are all thinking. Leave a like on today's video, as it really does help out the channel. I really appreciate it. Stick around here on the channel, Unofficial MCU, by hitting that subscribe button and notification bell to be notified for when we have new videos dropping here on the channel, almost on the daily. There's a lot of Marvel news and craziness that has been going on. That's exactly why we're here, is to keep you guys all updated on all of it and explain it all. Also, check out our merch shop, linked in the description down below, or to the channel. Also use codes Team Iron Man or Team Cap in all caps, depending on what team you are a part of, to get 10% off of your order. I'll be updating and dropping new designs on a regular basis, so make sure you check it out. It can make a perfect gift for someone else, or even for yourself. With whatever way you support the channel, I really deeply do appreciate it. Whether it's simply watching today's video or purchasing one of our products, thank you guys so much. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a great one. Remember, with great power comes great responsibility. Peace out.